Hello everyone. Today we have an extremely interesting episode. It's about a topic that I think like many teenagers don't really consider when thinking about mental health, but it's actually something that happens quite often with certain people. And today's topic is racism. And we are accompanied by a guest.
Hi, my name is May. I'm gonna share about stories that
Affected you.
affected me and like people told me.
Yeah, she's gonna be sharing some stories of some like weird behaviors from other people, and hopefully it can relate to others as well. So let's start off with May. Would you like to tell us like what racism is? Like you can tell us like the Google definition of like what racism is, even though mostly everyone already knows what it means, but just like the definition of it.
So the definition, it's racism is a prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or group based on their race, its ethnicity.
Ethnicity.
Ethnicity based on the belief that one race is superior than others.
So yeah, it's basically just like the mindset where like one race is better or superior than the other race. And this is not like a specific race, it's just like a general kind of prejudice. So let's get into like how racism affects teenagers. So we can talk about, you wanted to mention about how like there's a difference between being racist and being curious. You said that.
Yeah. So like some people sometimes when they see me, they're like confused from where I'm from, and they ask me and I say I'm from Spain. But like being racist to someone's like judging them or like making fun of like their race
and making them feel like they're like different or wrong.
Yeah, like treating them different. And I don't know, like mocking them.
Yeah, so like May's here to like share her experiences with like how people react when she says she's from Spain, because some people don't have like an open mind and stuff like that, and I think it's important for like all people to understand that like everyone looks different, but everyone at the end of the day is the same, from the same blood. Like we're all humans, so being racist is not something that should be taken lightly. It's like an actual thing that affects teenagers. So would you like to like get deeper into how people, like how do people react when they hear you're from Spain? How has it like affected you? Like do you now feel more insecure, or do you like ever like feel like people are looking at you differently, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, when I tell people that I'm from Spain, they act like really surprised. Like sometimes I have to
repeat yourself.
I have to repeat myself, telling them that I'm from Spain. I show them proof that I'm from Spain, and sometimes they don't believe me. They think that my parents are from immigrant to Spain, or that they're not from Spain because of how I look.
People like assume you're an immigrant.
Yeah.
So let's get into like now personal experiences, like the stories that have happened to you. Which story would you like to start with?
I would like to start with a really personal story that happened to me with a teacher that I had, a Spanish teacher that I had. It all started in the beginning of the year of
last year, I think.
Yeah, last year in Spanish class. It was our first class, and the first day we were basically like knowing each other, knowing where we're from, and everything.
Like getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Because it was like the first day of school? First week.
Yeah, first week. And it was like our first class with her. The teacher, my Spanish teacher, asked me if
you speak Spanish. Like,
yeah, if I speak Spanish, if I was well with it. And I told her that, I only took 3 years of Spanish because when I was living in Barcelona, I didn't take like as much Spanish. And then she was like, oh, so you know how to speak Catalan? Tu parlas catalán? And I was like, no, but I forgot about it. So like, oh, so where did you learn Spanish? And I was like, I learned it from my parents because
They're
they Spanish, they speak Spanish, and they always speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, so you're adopted. Yeah. And since I was shocked by the words that she told me,
That's crazy.
yeah, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to respond, and I wanted like to tell her so many things, but I wanted to be respectful to her, so I just stayed quiet. And after that, I was like really uncomfortable. Even I told my friends about it, and they were like so shocked about everything that she told me. And my homeroom teacher told me.
But she said something else, remember?
Oh yeah. After she told me that I was adoptive, I asked her, why would you say that? Like, why would you think that?
Yeah.
What made you think that?
Yeah, what made you say that?
It was like really obvious because people have been calling me like these things, but like I wanted to know the reason why she told me that. So I asked her, and then she said that Spanish people are not like tan as you are. Their hair is like more lighter. Their eyes are not like Asian, and that like didn't hurt me, but like
you were confused.
I was like really confused because
she was telling you like Spanish people aren't as dark and don't have these dark hair or dark eyes.
Yeah, it was like the first time that someone told me that, and I was like shocked.
Yeah.
The first time. And then like I was overthinking about the whole day.
And she just said it casually and moved on?
Yeah, she moved on.
Like she didn't think that she said anything wrong?
Yeah, she didn't tell me sorry.
She didn't even like feel bad after?
No, she did not. And then she continued with the class, asking the others where they from and stuff. I was the only Spanish in that class because
the others, they were like from other countries?
Yeah, there was this girl from Brazil, the other one from Mexico, and the other one from Denmark. So, yeah. And then after that, I was like overthinking, and I asked my friend
if you should say something.
If I should say something, if I should act, and she was really surprised also of what she told me. Then I went to my classmates and told them like what happened.
Yeah, and that's where she told me.
Yeah, because like I had to tell someone. I wasn't gonna stay quiet. And then my homeroom teacher also heard that, and then she told me that the best option was writing a letter and send it to our principal to do something about it. And after that, well, I was like overthinking it because I was really confused, you know. And then the principal and the Spanish teacher came to my class, and they asked me to go to the office to talk with them. I wanted to like complain about what she told me, but she was next to me, so I couldn't say anything.
At the meeting, she was there?
Yeah, she was there. And like I wanted to talk privately, not with her. And then she started like kind of like getting upset, saying that it's normal, like because people from Morocco immigrate to Spain, and it's normal that Spanish sometimes.
That Spain, like people immigrate to Spain.
Yeah, and then and I was like, I was like so quiet, and I was so
shy,
still
awkward.
Yeah, awkward. And well,
did the other teachers like think it was a big deal, or were they like whatever?
No, they felt that it was a big deal.
They thought it was a big deal?
No, they
didn't.
Yeah.
So they didn't really take it seriously. Yeah.
And well, they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So we just like continued with our lives. And then I was like trying to be like really nice to her because I didn't want it to make it like awkward.
Yeah, you didn't want there to be beef between you guys.
Yeah. So I was like.
But then you complained and you got another teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole class, they complained, like May and like the others, and they ended up switching the teacher because like she was not a good teacher.
Yeah, let me get to that part. So basically, like later, I was being like really nice to her. I finished all my work. I was her star student. Like, I was her kind of like not her favorite, but like the best one.
Yeah.
Compared with my classmates. And then there was this day that I was in break, and then my sister came and told me that someone from other grade was talking about me, saying like that I didn't look Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I didn't take that like
I think
something
also a
bad.
thing that affected May and like the teachers is that you don't look like your sister.
Yeah.
That like you and your sister look different. So like maybe that's why she would have thought maybe you're adopted.
Yeah. But also like looking at me and saying that I'm Spanish and that my parents are Spanish.
Yeah.
So my sister came to me and told me someone from another grade were talking about me, saying that I didn't like look Spanish, that I look Asian. I didn't take that as bad because like being curious is not
Okay.
being racist actually. So I went to my friend and I told her what happened, what I heard from this girl. Then I had Spanish in that time, so she was there. She was
The
listening.
teacher.
Yeah, the Spanish teacher was listening. They like to like know everything, all
They're
problems.
nosy.
Yeah, all gossip. And she asked me, who was talking about you? And I was like, this girl from other grade saying that I didn't look Spanish. So like, what she taught? Did she tell you that you were adopted or something? And I was like, no, I said that she was talking about me, saying that I didn't look Spanish. And I was like, why would you say that I was adopted? And she's like, I thought you were adopted.
Yeah, so basically the teacher, when she heard that like the other girl from the other grade was talking about you, saying that you don't look Spanish, the teacher immediately said, "Oh, so did she think you were adopted?"
Yeah.
But
No.
you didn't even bring that up.
No, because like what happened before, she thought that, like,
Other people think that too, right?
no, she thought that when I told her that no one was talking about me being adopted, and I asked her, where did you hear that from? She's like, oh, because I thought you were adopted. And I was like really mad again, because after after I tried to complain, they did not do anything, so I just stayed quiet and I looked at her. And she knew that made me
Uncomfortable.
that made me feel offended. So she told me, May, do you want to go outside and talk? And then I actually like told her everything that I thought, saying that
Calling a child adopted multiple times after they told you that they're not is just wrong.
yeah,
And just saying that you don't look like the country you're from, like she's never seen your parents, she's never seen your family, like how can she just confidently say that you're adopted?
yeah. But then she used the excuse that when she saw my sister, that we didn't look like, that's why she thought that I was adopted. And I told her, yeah, but my sister on the first day she wasn't here, so why did you use that excuse for the first day that you told me that I was
she
adopted?
never saw your sister.
Yeah, and plus, because we didn't look like, how would she know that she was my sister also?
Yeah.
So I told her like everything that I thought that I couldn't tell her before, and like really respectful. I didn't scream at her or anything, but she did scream at me, and she told me like some bad
move
words
on.
and saying that I took everything so personal. And she told me that she also threatened me that to not tell anyone, to not complain, that everything was gonna finish here in that class, in that discussion.
To not say things outside the class.
Yeah, not complain to the principal or anything. And then she told me that, I don't know, I feel like if she was so immature, because she kept repeating herself that she just thought that I was adopted and stuff. And I told her, yeah, but like I already told you that I wasn't, and maybe if I look different, that doesn't mean I am. You never saw my parents. And she's like, yeah, but I saw your sister. And I was like, how do you know she was my sister? You never met her. And then she started screaming at me, and she told me that I was really mature for my age.
You're really mature?
Yeah, for my age.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, thank you. But it was like the whole lesson she was screaming at me, saying that not to tell anyone. And I told her, listen, if you were like really curious, you could have asked me, but you couldn't just go in the middle of the class knowing that everyone there speaks Spanish and saying like, oh, so you're adopted because your skin color is different, your eyes are different, your color is different, you don't look like your sister. And I was like, yeah, but like you could have like asked me after class, because I don't have any problem by answering you if I am or not. And I told her that, and then she kept like repeating herself, yeah, but I thought you were adopted, but it's not my fault that I heard you saying that you were adopted. I said, I never said in any moment that that girl called me adopted. That I was just saying that she thought
that you were not Spanish.
Yeah, that I wasn't Spanish. I never mentioned anything about adopted. Yeah.
So then you changed the teacher.
Yeah, and then I complained. I complained to my principal. I went to talk to my parents, and my parents were like, we're so mad. They texted the principal again because the first time they didn't do anything. They just move on and leave it like nothing happened. And my parents were like, we're so mad. They texted the school, they texted the principal, and the principal offered them to come to school and talk about it. And in the meeting, my mom told me that she mentioned that when we were talking, when we were discussing that time, she told me if I wanted to go with her to report her to the principal saying about everything. And I mean, it wasn't like nothing bad, but like she lied, and we knew that she was lying.
What did she lie?
Because she told me that she asked me to go with her to report her about everything that happened, when she literally threatened me to not tell anyone.
Oh, the teacher, she told you to go with her to report?
Yeah.
Why would she want...
No, she told my parents. My principal told my parents that she told me to go with her to report her, even though like she lied.
Didn't?
Yeah, she lied, and trust me, she wouldn't like ask me that. And if she did, I would like just go with her directly to the principal and tell her, like tell them everything. But no, and like after she told me that she lied, who knows what else she lied about. She could have like said so many lies, and the principal couldn't believe her, because they would believe a teacher over a student. You know. And well, my parents, they talk about it, and my dad didn't want her to be my teacher after not only one but twice, and they ended up changing the teacher to my homeroom teacher this year. So yeah.
Yeah, so you would say that incident affected you?
Yeah.
Like kind of your dynamic.
It made me feel more insecure about like when people ask me where I'm from, like what to say.
Like you don't like that people look at you differently.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna tell you another story that happened this year with this teacher. I wouldn't say
another teacher.
Yeah, another teacher. I wouldn't say like she was racist to me, like directly telling me in my face, "You're adopted." But I don't know. I mean, she was kind of like stupid, because I told her so many times that I
she
speak
was just
Spanish.
a bit rude. Maybe.
I'm Spanish, and she kept like asking me, "Oh, so you speak Spanish? Oh, you're from Spain, yeah, yeah." So it all started when we were talking about genes.
Genes, like
DNA. And
this
I don't know
biology
why
class.
she went to me and she asked me, "Are you Chinese?" And I was like, "No." I mean, like, that wasn't like racist. She was just asking. And then she went like, "Oh, I thought." And then she left like nothing. And then another time, when I, like the first days when I introduced myself to her, saying that I was from Spain, she was like, "Oh, you're from Spain. Oh, okay."
Looking at you weirdly.
Yeah, because I thought I was like lying or messing up with her. And then this other day, she came to me, and then she was like, "You speak Spanish, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I speak Spanish." Like, "Oh." And then this other day, she came to me when I was speaking Spanish with my friends, and she was like, "Oh,
like
you
looking
speak Spanish."
at you.
Oh, she was surprised that I speak Spanish when I told her like 5 times I speak Spanish. I'm from
Like she
Spain.
kept on over and over again, like acting surprised.
And I was about to tell her, "Don't ask me again, because the answer is not gonna change. I'm from Spain. I'm Spanish. My family is Spanish. I was born in Spain, and what da da." So well, I mean, this story wasn't like personal, but was kind of personal.
The last story you want to share?
The last story. So back in 2019, well, 2020 is when COVID came to Spain, and then we all had to
quarantine,
and we had to stay in our homes. And then my sister's best friends, she asked me, did your sister brought COVID to Spain? And my sister was like, no, why would you say that? And she was like, oh, I don't know, because she looks Chinese. And then like when we came back from quarantine, like back to school, people sometimes, like people that didn't know me, or were like, they look at me and I'm like, where's this Asian girl being here in Spain? And they wouldn't like get close to me because they thought that I had COVID.
That's so
That's
sad.
like really sad, actually. I mean, they were little kids, but sometimes you have to be like careful with what you say, like not
Yeah.
getting close to me because
It's
I thought
important
that I
to like
brought
teach
COVID.
your kids, like, how old are you? 10?
I was 11, 10.
10, 11, yeah. Even at that age, it's important for like to teach your kids not to like discriminate and stuff.
Yeah, because like sometimes when people make fun of like your race, they make you feel more uncomfortable, and sometimes you hide things that people make fun of. I don't know. Like,
Okay, so after sharing all three of these stories, the teacher story, like the Spanish teacher, and then like the year after that, like the science teacher, and then like you shared about your sister's friends in Spain and like the whole COVID like era, would you like to share with us how you think that kind of affected you, like as a teenager now? Like, does it affect like who you're friends with, or does it affect like your relationship with your teachers, or the way you think that people view you? Do you feel like people judge you sometimes, and like do you think it's like a big deal in your life, or not really?
I mean, big deal.
Not really.
I mean, not really, because
You're
people
confident
just
in yourself.
ask. You know, I mean, it's like really normal. Everywhere I go, everywhere where I meet like new people, they always ask me about it, and I'm just like really used to it. So like I shouldn't like overthink about it, because it's gonna be with me for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna one day change how I look. So, but sometimes.
So you're confident in yourself.
Yeah, sometimes maybe like relationship with teachers actually like change.
Because teachers tend to like ask more.
Yeah.
I feel like teenagers, like friends, don't really ask because we're too shy to like ask another teenager like stuff like that. But like teachers, they just ask.
But like kids don't know. Like people from my
But
age
little
also
kids,
ask.
no. Little kids also like sometimes can say racist things without knowing.
I mean, it didn't like change me, but like I don't know. Sometimes I overthink about it so much when people are like being mean to me and rude to me. There was like a point where I decided like just like stop saying that I was from Spain. I was from China or from somewhere in Asia, so people wouldn't like stop asking me or getting confused. But like I'm not gonna say no to my nationality. So yeah.
And like just be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it did affect you somehow, like you were overthinking it a lot.
Yeah.
But you're still confident in yourself, which is good. So like, do you want to share some like advice with kids or teenagers who maybe like face racism or face something similar to that, and how you like advise them to like be confident and stuff?
Well, the first advice that I would say is sometimes in life, like life is hard sometimes and people can be rude to you, but you have always to be confident and not care what other people say, like not take it that personal, because when you take it personal, it's only gonna hurt you and your head, but not others. So sometimes, even though like it's hard, but
It's hurtful sometimes.
yeah, it's like hard and hurtful, it's better just to forget about it. It's like the best thing, I'm telling you. And someone who's been like, who sometimes like cried about what people said to me, it's like the best thing. Like just don't care what people say.
Yeah, that's good.
And another advice is always be confident of yourself and never like hide what people make fun of you.
Yeah, so don't try and change yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself, and do whatever you want. No one's gonna stop you. No one's gonna make your life different just because they told you something. Yeah.
That's true. It's good advice, May. And yeah, it's important to talk about topics that can be a bit serious, because topics like this, sometimes people don't really process that like it can affect teenagers' mental health, but like people make comments about teenagers' looks all the time, and it's not okay, and it shouldn't be like normalized. And we should talk about it more, how like people shouldn't be commenting on teenagers like looks and their bodies and like their ethnicities in a racist way. And yeah, it's definitely important to like let people know that racism is not tolerated anywhere. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone.